Hey everybody, it's Mikexingchen. We talked a lot about superpowers on this channel because superpowers are awesome. But have you noticed that a lot of superheroes have some sort of animal associated with their name and their abilities, like Spider-Man, Batman, Catwoman, Hawkeye? That's because a lot of animals have abilities we all wish we had. You have the most common ones like the ability to fly or to breathe underwater, and then there are animals that have abilities that seem so amazing, it's almost like they have superpowers. Number 1, the Mantis Shrimp. This little guy is the perfect example of a superhero. It's adorable, it's small, it's unassuming, but packs a powerful punch. And I mean a punch so powerful that it can smash through aquarium glass a quarter of an inch thick and travel faster than a .22 caliber bullet. Even more amazing, Mantis Shrimp strike so quickly that they set the surrounding water boiling. This produces destructive bubbles that quickly collapse, and as the bubbles collapse, they release energy. This process is called cavitation, and it can cause serious damage. Also, whereas humans only have 3 color receptive cones in our eyes for red, blue, and green, the Mantis Shrimp has a set of 16, allowing this little tough guy to see colors we don't even have names for. So theoretically, if there was a Mantis Shrimp man, he could literally punch a hole through your body while enjoying the most beautiful sunset ever before you have a chance to blink. Number 2, the Axolotl. You know how some lizards lose their tails when they run away and then it grows back later? Well, that's child's play compared to what the axolotl can do. This creature, also known as the Frankenstein salamander, can not only replace injured limbs, but much more complex organs like eyes, lungs, hearts, and even their brains. Even more crazy is that they can perform transplants with body parts of other axolotls, such as arms and even heads. Number 3, the Mimic Octopus. This creature is the ultimate shapeshifter. The Mimic Octopus was first discovered in the late 1990s, where they lived on murky seafloors around Indonesia and the Great Barrier Reef. Although many members of the octopus family change colors to ward off predators and to hunt, no other octopus can actually shapeshift to a variety of sea creatures to scare away danger. The Mimic Octopus can morph into anything from jellyfish, sea snakes, flatfish, to the dangerous lionfish. Researchers even believe that the Mimic Octopus decides which animals are most suitable to imitate at any given time based on what the threat appears to be. Number 4, the Electric Eel. So this thing is kind of like a slimy version of Thor. The electric eel can grow up to 7 feet long and can basically unleash its own lightning storm at will. The electric eel is actually not an eel, but a member of the knifefish family, which seemed to be a suitable name. Luckily for us humans, the 600 volts of shocking power it emits is so short it's not lethal for us, but it will still feel like getting shot with a stun gun. Number 5, the Tardigrade. This next creature is basically invincible. I mean, it doesn't fly around in a big red cape, it doesn't really do much of anything because it really doesn't have to, and there's nobody that can do anything about it. Tardigrades, otherwise known much more adorably as water bears, are plump little animals about 1/4 to 1/2 millimeter long. They can withstand temperatures far hotter than boiling water and endure pressures more than 6 times those found in the deepest ocean. You can't even starve these guys to death. Well, you could, but you'll have to wait around for 120 years. And here's the craziest thing. The tardigrade can survive in space. So if you think about it, this thing is harder to kill than Goku. And if a tardigrade was fighting Frieza, then perhaps the planet Namek would still be there. Number 6, Lyrebird. The Lyrebird can definitely give those mockingjays a run for their money. Sporting by far the most developed vocal cords of any bird, the Lyrebird can play back the sounds of its environment, whatever the sound might be. Here's an example of a Lyrebird imitating a toy gun. That's crazy, right? I mean, this power wouldn't be all that practical in the real world, but it would give you the ability to be the most annoying supervillain on the face of this planet. Number 7, the hairy frog. The powers of this frog is cool and also just plain disgusting. The hairy frog is also known as the horror frog and is also known as Wolverine's pet. When threatened, the frog will break its own bones and push them through its toe pads into claws. And if you're asking how the bones retract, well, no one really knows, but scientists do think the frog regenerates tissue to help the wound heal. So whenever you're camping and sleeping in your nice, safe little tent, just know that there are Wolverine frogs out there with claws and healing powers. Number 8, the archer fish. Most fish catch insects when they wait for the insects to get close to the surface of the water, but the archer fish don't do waiting around. When they want to eat insects, they make it happen using their special weapons, something that we all have and probably used to gross people out at some point in our lives. Spit. Kind of like the game Spitball. Basically, the archer fish spits out water at insects hanging out near the surface, dislodging them from their perches, and then it eats them. They are incredibly accurate though, with most hitting the target on the first shot. Can you imagine a real-life superhero called Spitman and all he does is go around spitting on people? Like he can hack a loogie at someone from a mile away, and when his superpowered spit runs out and all he has is normal spit, then he just fights crime relying on the power of grossness. Number 9, the Beetle. Okay, there's always a superhero that is uber strong, and that's what the Dung Beetle is. And you should consider mankind lucky that these beetles are tiny, because the Dung Beetle is actually the strongest animal in the whole world and able to pull 1,140 times its own body weight. If you don't think that's a big deal, let me ask you this. How many pull-ups can you do? Number 10, the immortal jellyfish. The Torotopsis nutricula, commonly known as the immortal jellyfish, can hit the reboot button on its life whenever it wants after reaching maturity, reverting back to its infant pull-up stage. And that's how this thing can basically live forever. You know, I think that power would be really great, but it's pretty embarrassing, right? Because if you think about it, you're gonna grow old and then instantly Benjamin Button yourself, but who's gonna take care of you when you're a little baby? Probably your kids or grandkids. So that means your kids or grandkids would have to feed you, they would have to clean your poopy diapers. I mean, do you really want your kids or grandkids to see your bare bottom and have to wipe away your poo? That said, if you don't mind it, this is a great ability. Also, I think it would be really cool if I could have a combination of all these powers. Think about it. If you had all these powers, you would be an invincible, super fast punching, multicolor seeing, electricity shooting, shape-shifting, super strong, self-healing, claw-generating, loogie hacking superhero that loves to annoy the crap out of people by mimicking everything they say and do for the rest of eternity, because that's how long you would be able to live. Anyway, I think that's pretty cool, but let me know, guys, which ability you would love to have in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.